morning, everybody. Whether you're on the East Coast, West Coast, or around the world, this is Coast to Coast. What's happening, gentlemen?
What's going on?
You all right over there?
No, actually, I just woke up. I was surprised I made it on time.
I will tell you, I put in the group chat a couple of videos. I thought you guys would get a good laugh out of it, especially after the weekend I went through with the Cowboy, not the Cowboy, excuse me, with the Longhorns and some of my fantasy stuff over the weekend. I needed a good laugh, and I thought y'all might enjoy it. But I will tell you, Bo, Bags, Stat Guy, walking across 70 acres when you got jacked up knees is no fun at all.
You know, it's funny because normally on a show like this, I assume fantasy is football, but that first video you sent, it could have been where you were.
I told the guy, and I looked at him, I was like, "You're not Pags, but I'm going to give you a hug anyway."
Yeah. So what was that event? Because you saw a lot of costumes.
Yeah. So that was obviously Texas Renaissance, and it was Barbarian Weekend. I always only go on Barbarian Weekend because I got to be honest with you, for people watching, it is amazing. I mean, it is literally on the edge of softcore porn in some cases, but man, what a hell of a people watch. It's a hell of a good people watch. And Pags, what I mean by that is some of the costumes are borderline. Borderline.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
But a lot of fun. Hell of a lot of fun.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you at least had some fun, because I'm sure that after your Cowboys lose tonight to the Raiders, it's, you know,
It's always porn with Jay. Like he tries to fit porn in wherever he can. So you would think this show was 12 hours from now.
Oh man. Yeah, but there was some good games over the weekend. Obviously controversial calls, and Shedeur, man, first go at it didn't work out the way I think he wanted it to. I don't know how y'all feel about it. I don't think that was necessarily all on Shedeur. I think some of that was on the organization not giving him the reps and stuff in practice to prepare him for that situation.
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all feel about that.
So the thing, yeah, obviously that's not fully on him. Some of the decision making was obviously, but the biggest thing is, he didn't get the reps. They talked about him not getting reps basically every presser, right? Stefanski would get asked, and he's just like, oh yeah, he's not getting first team reps, which, fair. But you also got to keep in mind that he's coming in because the offensive line got the last guy killed, right? And there's some video of their offensive line blocking their offensive line, and they have a free rusher running right at Shedeur. So I can't really fault Shedeur on maybe not having a great pass when you got a free runner and your line is blocking themselves. Yeah. So at the end of the day, was it a bad outing? No question. But I can't say that all falls at the feet of Shedeur. We saw plenty of bad offensive line play and poor decision-making, my Seahawks included. So we had some pretty rough offensive line play, and Darnold made some bad decisions on top of it. So, we end up with Zabel getting hurt. Bradford exists in the world, so obviously that guard spot is wide open hole.
Yeah.
It's there was some interesting offensive line play really across the league.
That makes 3 losses the last 2 years for Bradford now against the Rams, or not Bradford, Darnold against the Rams. Now, like, the Rams are the one team that Darnold hates to play.
The thing that's funny is in all 3 of those games, the offensive line did not show up.
And then didn't they beat the Rams earlier though? And they did show up that game.
No.
No.
No, this was their first meeting with the Rams.
Okay.
They face them again in 4 weeks, I believe.
Okay. So yeah, like you said, the last 3 times Darnold has faced the Rams, like he's been sacked over 20 times in those games. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna see ghosts when I play the Rams because the offensive line does not want to protect me.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the biggest thing is the line just doesn't show up in those games, and I don't expect guys to be great. I do expect you to not throw 4 picks. I will say this though, that the defense for Seattle was elite because you turn the ball over that many times and you have the opportunity to win. Shouldn't happen. Like we should have been getting blown out of that game.
Yeah, and this is what was the other one that Bradford had a rough game against? Was it? I think it was Arizona that he had a rough one. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was Arizona.
What?
I know they got the win. No, I was talking about Darnold.
Oh, I was going to say Bradford's had a tough game since he got in the league.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. No. I mean, because I picked up Darnold when Jaden Daniels got taken out for good this season, and so I picked him up because I saw they picked y'all guys got Rashi Shahi, and I thought, okay, that might be a pretty good fantasy match or fantasy draw. And the last two weeks or last two games have just been horrible compared to what he's done before that. And again, it's your offensive line, but again, the Rams are a tough D. Cardinals, even though they're struggling, have a good D, and it just seems like Darnold has really kind of struggled the last two games or last two outings.
I mean, we beat the Cards. Like
no, I'm not. It's not about beating them. I'm just saying, but it was a rough outing. Trust me. I saw it fantasy-wise. He was at negatives for a little bit, and then he kind of got into some points. I'm not saying that y'all didn't get the win against the Cardinals.
Did he actually end up with points?
Yeah,
I thought he ended up with a negative number.
No, it was close, but no, he actually got points. I can give you.
Okay.
But again, it was rough. It wasn't easy.
When I haven't seen an update for Gabriel yet. I think it's more testing this morning. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, he had 4.26 against the Rams.
That is about 10 points more than he deserved, but
it's interesting. So against the Cardinals, he had 4.92, and then against the Rams, he had 4.26. So yeah, he's really been struggling.
Am I happy right now? Is that what you just said?
You said you're the only one happy.
You're the only one happy because you're the only team that won yesterday. Jay's team hasn't played yet.
That's true.
Did you see my offense?
I saw your offense on Monday night, yeah. And I saw it against the Lions on Sunday. Have you seen my quarterback who completely sucks donkey dick and we messed up big time by getting rid of both Jones and Darnold? Yeah.
Donkey dick.
What are you talking about? He looked good.
He is terrible. He is absolutely terrible. Another game where he has 49% completion percentage and under 160 yards passing. He is freaking terrible. It is Christian Ponder 2.0 right now in Minnesota. The only difference is we don't have Adrian Peterson in the backfield to carry the team when that happens.
Yeah, and of course this happened, right? So you have Jamar Chase spitting on a guy. And the thing that's funny is he comes out in the presser afterwards, and he's like, I didn't spit on him. I didn't open my mouth to him. I guess he just doesn't realize that there's like 4 different camera angles in 4K that shows you do it, man.
Right.
Like you can even slow it down and put it on a replay. It's
like beautiful. You can watch it fly out and hit dude in the chest. So, yeah, like I don't know why there is an uptick of this year. Weird, but I would I'd respond similarly.
Yeah.
Right. Like, am I getting the 15-yarder? Damn right. But I am probably grabbing that face mask. We're going to be chatting because I mean,
and what would
there's a lot of like you can say whatever you want. You can do all of that. You spit on me, all of a sudden that's very different.
Yeah, I don't play with bodily fluids at all. Even when I worked as a prison guard, we didn't play with that spit thing. You spit thing, and that's game over.
Yeah, like you're throwing hands, like straight up.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're getting in a fight. Like it just is what it is. Like that is one of those. You only do it if you're trying to get in a fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened?
Jalen Ramsey got ejected for smacking Jamar Chase, and then he said that Jamar Chase spit on him. Chase basically says, I didn't do that, but then you see every camera view and you can see the spit coming from Chase's face mask and getting Ramsey.
Yeah, like it hit him square in the chest. So it wasn't even like, oh, I tried to spit on the ground, or like it was straight at him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, yeah.
And And Jalen Ramsey's always been a hothead anyways, so you're just
For
giving him more fuel to light that fire and be like, yeah, I'm going to just piss you off a little more.
Yeah, he's pretty wiped out, man.
Well, I don't know if you noticed last night, the game was the late game.
Yep.
And then trying to get out of the parking lot. And
Yeah, I was surprised you were here. I was surprised you were here this morning.
Well, I have missed the last week. It's been a busy week, so it's like I've been I felt like I should come here today.
Yeah, exactly. It's the cartoon with the toothpicks.
But I will say that the Eagles have the best defense in the league by far. Like I have not seen another defense play as well as theirs. Their offense is not as much.
Yeah.
I thought Barkley did a little bit better job, and the offensive line did a little bit better job getting him running. He actually ran pretty good, more so than he has in past games. Let's put it that way. I mean, they were having a hard time towards the end stopping him from running and getting what they needed to get.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I feel like that they are putting 8 men in the box, and they're not calling audibles out of that. Like 8 men in the box. And yesterday, I will blame it more on Jalen than, there were some drops, but Jalen overthrew like 4 or 5 passes that should have been touchdowns. At one point, I was like, you have Saquon lined up on a linebacker.
Yeah.
1-on-1.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a go route. That's a go route. Go. And of course, he overthrew it like by about 5 yards. And I'm like, damn, that sucks.
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
But you're right, though. He has kind of, I know Saquon last year, which averaged about 125 yards a game. This year, he's been averaging about 65 yards a game. And then last night, he had 26 attempts for 83. Yeah. And last night, he got 83 yards. And then I think he got 1 reception for 7 yards. So he had about 90 all-purpose yards, which for this year is good, not against what he did last year, obviously. I stay up to 6 in the morning watching the Cowboy game, no sleep at all. That's my boy, Joe. That's how we do, Joe. We stay up for crushing defeats and hardcore disappointment. That's how we do it, Joe.
It'll be the one time the Raiders look good.
I think if the Cowboys lose, we win the division already.
Yeah, right now we're in the hunt at 3-5-1 according to one chart I saw. So we're still in it.
Yeah, in the hunt.
In the hunt, which is basically saying like nothing, but it's okay.
In the hunt is the outside looking in.
Of course it is, but it just sounds better when we say we're in the hunt, Bo.
And how about those, Chicago Bears?
Yeah, how about them Bears?
Place Bears.
And how about Detroit going from the number 1 spot to now in the number 3 spot in that division? That's crazy.
Not really. They're a half game out. The Packers.
That's true. You're right.
The Packers have the tiebreaker because they beat them in week 1. So even if they had the same record, the Lions were going to fall first, third.
I wonder how much did it hurt them not having Laporta there, given that they have a lot of plays that they actually run through Laporta on that offense.
A lot, just because
you know what I mean.
Brock Wright isn't nearly the same tight end that Sam Laporta is. They don't have a valuable number 3 option. So when Brock Wright is your go-to tight end, it's going to hurt your offense a lot because he can't do nearly the same stuff that Laporta does.
Yeah, and the push was 50% successful. Out of the 2 times they ran it, I'm wondering. Let me ask you guys, why are more teams not using the tush push?
You don't have the personnel. You don't have the personnel. So it requires, an offensive line that can create push, which a lot of teams don't have that anyway.
Right.
And then it requires your quarterback to be able to push forward. So you're never going to see a guy like Kyler do it. You're not going to see an old guy like Stafford do it, right? You don't want to get these guys hurt. So if you were going to do it, you'd have to direct snap it to a running back or something like that. So, I mean, like you have watched Seattle do it a few times successfully. Buffalo obviously does it sometimes, but not everybody has the personnel to pull it off.
Well,
So,
and not only that, all right. I'm glad you brought this up. With 3 minutes left to go in the game on your own 30-yard line, I don't care if it's 4th and inches. Do not. Your defense has stopped this team the entire game. Why are you going to try to allow them to go down the field? Like, go only 25 yards. They only need a field goal to make it a one-score game. Why bother? Punt the ball. Oh, I'm smarter than everybody else. I think we can just tush pushes. They've been stopping it.
yep.
Detroit was one of the teams who in the NFC that said, I don't care. Do the tush push. We'll stop it.
Right.
I tell you, it pissed me off. That was, I mean, amongst a couple of other plays, there were some bad play calls. I mean, I have not gotten on the fire Kevin Petrullo bandwagon, but this game right here shows me that he has no idea what he's doing.
I mean, did you watch the Commanders and Dolphins in the morning?
At least you're not mad about it.
That they have sanctioned now that there will never be another game in Spain again because that game sucked.
Did you
I did.
There's two separate occasions where the Commanders had the ball 4th and goal, and instead of kicking a field goal, they went for it and did not get it. You kicked that field goal, you were up by 3. Dolphins drive the entire field after that missed field, or after they stopped the Commanders on 4th down. 4th and goal from the 3. Let's not kick the field goal and let's go for it. And guess what happened? You didn't get points. So both teams are lucky that game even got into overtime because both coaches were stupid.
Well, hey, listen, you want to talk about stupid play calls on the other side of the field? 0 for 5 on 4th down.
Yeah. Yeah.
The most anybody has ever gone for it on 4th down and not made it. Each time. 0 for 5 since 1991. That's why our defense is going to win us this championship if we win. If we win the Super Bowl, it's on the defense. And I tell you, there were times where I says, hey, put the defense out on offense. Maybe they could do something.
I mean, you guys finally used A.J. Brown a little bit.
Did we?
I mean, the ball at least went his direction. That's new. So
he might not catch it all the time in his direction, but at least it went in his direction.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right.
try to go for 5 in blackjack. Yeah. Well, if you're drinking at the table, you definitely can.
And they did a fake punt and missed that. It was like we were just on it.
And then you had the Ravens doing a fake tush push with Mark Andrews, who rolls out to the outside and runs it 40 yards for a touchdown.
See, that's the thing. Like, I don't know why there hasn't been more of that.
That was cool.
Do a rub block to a tight end where you bail back out of it and just toss it over the top, because everybody's sold out so hard for the tush push at this point. Like, there's things you can spin off of that.
Yeah.
Well, the Eagles have done it a couple of times, but they refuse to do a lot of it because they want to keep it as a surprise. They want you to think that they're running the tush push. If you go out of it like 10% of the time, you start to think about it like 30%. Like that 30% of the time, they're going to go out of it.
Yeah.
And actually, you start to guess right.
Right.
All other teams haven't done this yet. They haven't started to do that. So the Ravens being the first ones, you're going to start to see more of that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I thought
there's only 3 or 4 teams that even run this play.
Yeah, well, effectively anyway. Yeah. There's a couple of teams that have tried it randomly, but largely sucked at it. There's only 3 or 4 teams that run it fairly well. Obviously, the Eagles run it great. Buffalo does a pretty good job. Seattle's had good success. Outside of that, everybody else, it's a coin flip at best.
Right.
Yeah. Buffalo does it like an inverted way.
Other teams do not run. They don't run what you call it either. They don't run like quarterback sneaks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just not in their play. It's just like quarterback sneaks don't work for them either.
Right.
It was funny though. Winston somehow got a quarterback sneak to go for 10 yards.
Hey, y'all weren't too far off. I mean, the Giants almost did take out the Packers. I mean, that was pretty damn close.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like a game that it could happen, right?
Yeah.
And again, just for entertainment value, would have been awesome if it did. So I was kind of like, even though I picked the Packers to win, I was kind of low key hoping my pick was wrong. Because I was like, oh man, this will be so funny. Because Packers fans be losing their minds.
I mean, we did talk about that last week too, but like they looked better with Winston.
They did.
Oh, for sure.
What they did with Wilson.
They had the best chance with Winston to win that game. But, it just would have been funny because Giants fans would have had like some crazy false hope. And then Packers fans would have been like, the sky is falling. Everything is burning.
Do you think if they would have started Jameis Winston initially instead of Russell Westbrook to start the season, that maybe their record would have been a little bit different?
I mean, they're going to start Russell Westbrook.
I mean, to be fair, Westbrook probably wouldn't have played worse than Russ, but I'm going to go with you. Definitely would have been worse than Winston.
Yeah.
I love playing Russell Westbrook. All you got to do is Russell, you suck. And he would have folded like a
Yeah, that was interesting.
So good.
I like that. Did you see in that Chiefs Broncos game? It was the second time I've seen a ref run into somebody on the sideline. The first one was CeeDee Lamb in Dallas, and then you get the one last night where he takes out. Was it Sean? I think it was Sean Payton that he took out.
Payton leveled him.
Oh yeah, I mean he was on the ground. That dude's looking up like he had a concussion going to the tent.
And then I love it from the ground. He's like, boom.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's funny because that's not like it's a new rule. People were losing their minds. They're like, he shouldn't have got a flag. It's like, you got to stay off the sideline. Like, It just is what it is. Like, it's a rule at every level of the NFL. It's why the Rams had a pull my coach back guy to get him out of the way. Because they won't actually throw that flag typically on the head coach unless you are directly in the way. Right.
I mean, that's something they teach you even at the YMCA football level.
Literally every level of football.
They always had to stay back. We had to stay with a certain, and that's even before we got to junior high level of football. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. The second time this has happened, it's crazy.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
I mean, it was just funny listening to people lose their minds because like that's a rule in every version of football.
Right. I like what Rex Ryan said on Get Up, though, that he felt like the Chiefs have lost their aura, and now this is the run of the Broncos, and it really seems that way, especially since the Chargers took the loss as well. It's really clearing a more of a clearer path for them to take it, and this is the first time in how many years now that the Chiefs haven't won that division.
Listen,
yeah, well, I mean, there's still some time, but
as anybody thinks they are, they have been just getting some calls go their way.
Yeah,
it's like, listen, they've been getting the bounces at the moment. There are 3 or 4 games that those bounces could have gone a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't believe that. I listen. I don't want to face the Chiefs as a wild card team.
Nope.
Say that. They can if they get in as a wild card, I would not want to face them.
Nope.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs are really going to have their work cut out for them just because next week the Chiefs get the Colts, who are coming off a bye week. So if the Colts win that game, the Chiefs are sitting at 5-6. At that point, the Chiefs are going to have to rip off some sort of a hot stretch to end the season to kind of position themselves to get back into that 7 seed because Jacksonville's a 7 seed in the AFC right now. It's 6-4. Plus, they have the tiebreaker by beating Kansas City. So if Kansas City loses next week, Jacksonville technically would have a 3-game lead over the Chiefs. So the Chiefs would have to get on a hot streak at some point.
I don't know. I just feel like the Chiefs have lost a little bit of that clutch factor. They have.
I mean, their window is aging out. Like it's.
It is.
This isn't a shock.
Sure it is.
I mean,
yeah, absolutely. And let's be honest, it's not like they have an amazing run game out there in Kansas City either.
They're an okay team. Like they're not great. They're not terrible. They're okay, which is why they are a middling, bubble team. Like they're, I don't know, their window is on the outside, right? Like can they go on a run and do something? Sure, right? Are they the dominant team they've been over the last 5 years? Absolutely not. Absolutely
not even close.
And Donna, you're right. Andy Reid stands on the line. Most coaches do. The thing is most of them are paying attention to where the refs are, so they get out of the way. And even in this case, he was standing out there all game, right? The ref running into him is the only reason they threw the flag. It's not like they just randomly throw the flag. Where the coaches get warnings is when they start to encroach on the actual field itself. But him getting ran into is why the flag came out. But every single coach does it. Mm-hmm. So. And it's literally why McVay had a guy that was on the staff that literally was just watching the refs and would grab McVay and pull him back to get him out of the way of refs running up the sideline. Like that was literally his job.
I mean, you should have a spotter. If you're going to live your life on the sideline, I would have a spotter too.
Give me $50,000 a year. I'll do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'll pull the coach.
Shut up, stat guy. You'd do it for 30. Be quiet.
No shit, I probably would. Easy $30,000 to ever make. Grab the coach by the shirt and pull him back.
Yeah, well, especially because you only have to do it for the home games. So the away games, you probably don't get that much staff with you all the time. But
I doubt that.
I do.
Actually, that's probably a job that you got to do both home and away.
Probably.
Oh, absolutely.
You probably do have to go with him.
I'll tell you what, though, Carolina is quietly moving up a little bit.
Yeah, Carolina might find their way into the playoffs.
They're quietly moving up.
Yeah,
they're not as bad of a team as I think a lot of people thought they would be, but that's a credit to Dave Canales and his coaching staff too, because he knows that Bryce Young isn't where he wants him to be yet. So they're just relying on Rico Dowdle in that running game right now just to kind of carry that team.
Don said I would do it for $5,000. You know what? Honestly, Don, I'd probably do it too. You give me $5,000 for a game
is actually some pretty good money.
That's a lot more than $30,000.
Exactly.
$5,000 a game is about 50,000 because if you play 10 games, that's. Oh no, if you do
that's 60,000.
I was like, you are not good at math.
$85,000.
Hold on. We have. Hey, hold on. Let's not gloss over this. You've just seen the first indicator when he didn't have Google at his side. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Come on. The cracks are seemingly coming through.
I was only counting the home games in that.
I understand. 0,0. I get it. I understand. No problem.
How much do you think that coach did get paid though when he was doing that for McVay? Like realistically,
I think they still have him.
Because realistically, when you look at how much like a lot of those assistants make, not counting like the coordinators and things like that, just like your assistants and like the offensive assistants, how much do you think that guy would actually make for doing that?
So the thing is I don't know who he is within the organization, right? So he may be more involved during practice and stuff like that. So who knows what his thing is. If his only job is that, he probably does make 30 to 50K though.
No, he makes more than that.
Because the water.
All I'm saying is if that was his only job, but I seriously doubt that's the case. I would bet that he's involved in practices and stuff like that. So there's no doubt in my mind that guy makes 150K.
Because even the people that just do the water bottles that are known as the hydration specialists, they get paid like $75,000 a year just to hold the water bottles.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I know there's people that make a lot less that are there on the sidelines, but
Who's the quarterback now that Rodgers has jacked up his wrist?
Mason
Who's
Rudolph,
is it Rudolph? Okay.
the one that was going to be their week 1 starter until they signed Aaron Rodgers.
You think Aaron comes back for another year?
He'll probably play next week. He's playing the Bears next week. You think he's going to miss a Bears game?
I don't know. I don't know. You got a messed up wrist. Was it a fractured wrist?
They don't know how bad it is, though.
It's more testing today.
Yeah.
And it was on a throwing hand, right?
Everybody that got hurt this weekend, all their testing is this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
So.
For sure.
I don't know.
That
Was
being said,
it his throwing hand or was it his non-throwing hand?
I think it was his non-throwing hand.
Yeah,
it's funny though,
non-throwing hand
because that almost makes you think that division really does end up with a losing record winner.
Yeah.
Wow. Which one?
The AFC North, because the Steelers are 6-4 right now. If Rodgers ends up missing, we'll just say 4 to 6 weeks with a broken wrist, and you got to rely on Mason Rudolph. That's pretty much it for the Steelers. And then you have the Ravens at 5-5. They might get to 9-8, but that division not going to have
the way they were playing. Not the way they were playing yesterday.
I think the Ravens are at 500 right now. You're going to see them go on a run here.
Yeah, I think the Ravens get to 9-8, and I think the Steelers.
I think that I'll go over on that.
You think they're a 10-win team?
I think they are a 10-win team.
Okay, all right.
That means 5 of their last 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, non-throwing.
Yeah, if it's a non-throwing wrist and Rodgers is kind of on that 50-50 version, he'll play against the Bears just because.
If he can just handle the pain of taking the snap from the center, then he should be all right.
Yeah, it's a Bears game. He won't miss that. Any other team I could see him sitting, but it's a Bears game, and he will not miss that just because, he loves the Bears so much.
He does love to beat the Bears. That's for sure.
31-3 against them as a starter.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Well, I don't know. I know that after Dallas plays tonight, I have to go down there on Friday, and then we beat Dallas. Jay will be crying a lot, and then we face Chicago, and so there's been this meme that's been going around Instagram that Bears fans and Eagles fans are in alliance with each other because every time that the Eagles win a game, it seems like it helps out the Bears.
Okay.
So,
It does, because the Eagles beat the Packers, and now they beat the Lions, and now the Bears won the last 2 and passed them.
but even it's like there's been games where the Eagles have played a team that the Bears are playing the following week, and because the Eagles played them, there's like people that are hurt, so they don't get to play against the Bears. So the Bears have actually been benefiting from the Eagles playing the week before. Interesting stuff. I don't know. I haven't found out too much of it. I know that there's this one girl on Instagram who's a big Cubs fan who hates the Phillies all the time and wah, 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 crying all the time about the Phillies. And now she's like, oh, Eagles fans, I love you so much. Shut up. I'm going to show you exactly what we do to Bears. Beat their asses.
So what dates are you in Dallas, if you don't mind me asking?
I think Friday to Monday.
Friday to Monday?
Yeah.
No, you're only like 2. I'm only like 2 hours and 45 minutes from AT&T. Maybe we could link up for some food or something somewhere along the line. If you don't, depending on what your schedule looks like.
Okay. I will know my schedule here within the next day or two.
Yeah, let me know. Let's see if we can link up. If not, I'll find you in the parking lot.
I hear right now tickets to get into that stadium are going for like 75 cents, $1.25 to watch that game because Cowboys suck so bad.
Well, I'll be pissed because I spent $4. So if they're that cheap, then that means I overpaid. Sounds like somebody owes me some damn money.
It'll cost $250 to park. But only $1.25.
Yeah, they'll get you in the parking and the stadium food, right? Jeez. Yeah, what a time! What a time!
Yeah, it's been. It's been an interesting season up to this point.
Yeah, it really has been interesting.
I mean,
lot of
the
upsets.
team that has the best record in the league right now, the New England Patriots.
Yeah, I didn't have that on my bingo card for sure.
The teams that I don't think anybody had in first place on their bingo card would be the Patriots, the Colts, the Bears. I don't think a lot of people would have the Chiefs out of the playoffs looking in right now. I mean,
I tell you,
it's funny. I thought KC had a real shot at being a miss. Now, I still had them in our preseason predictions as the division winner there, but they felt like a team that had a real shot at missing.
No, I can agree there, but do you think that many people had them on the outside looking in at this point? Or was it more so like they would like lose like week 18 and that's how they would be out? Like I don't think a lot of people had them on the outside looking in at this point and being like a 5-5 team right now.
Yeah.
So I look at the Patriots as pretenders. I don't think they're as good as the record really shows, and I think that they are going to come back down to earth. I also feel that the Colts are about to come back down to earth as well.
Yeah, just based on who they've beat.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it is, they've had some soft games. Now you got to beat whoever's in front of you. I get it.
Right.
But when they start getting into some of those harder games, that's really where I look for these teams to start to slide. The one that I've been impressed with because they haven't played particularly great football, certainly for 4 quarters, is the fact that the Broncos keep finding ways to win, despite the fact that they are not playing great football. If they ever actually put 4 quarters together, they look like a really tough team.
Well, the thing with the Broncos too, which I didn't even realize until yesterday, a lot of their success comes from the fourth quarter because they are the best team. They are the best team in the NFL in fourth quarter. I think they're like after yesterday. I think they're like plus 74 in point differential in the fourth quarter.
So if you look a little further into that stat, if you look at the other 3 quarters, they are a bottom quarter offense.
Yep. It's just like for whatever reason, their defense is right up there with Philly as one of the best defenses in the NFL. Yep. Their defense keeps them in the game. And then all of a sudden you get to the fourth quarter and then it's like, well, our defense did the work for us. So now we're just going to let our offense play for 15 minutes here and we'll pick up the defense now.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to burn them if they get to the playoffs.
It will,
you can't do stuff like that. But it's interesting looking at it. And that's been something developing over the last, 5 weeks is that stats really coming together. And yeah, I mean, fourth quarter, no one's even close. Their efficiency is awesome. The other 3 quarters, they are literally like 25th in the league as far as offense, which is awful.
And you saw that yesterday against the Chiefs too. Granted, they had they scored, was it 6 points in the fourth quarter yesterday? Because it was a 13-13 game. They ended up winning like 19-16. But every time they needed a first down, they got the first down, whether it was a run, whether it was a throw. Like they were just so efficient in that fourth quarter yesterday against the Chiefs.
Let me say something real quick though. I will tell you right now, I think the team right now that has the biggest chance for a massive amount of success is the New England Patriots. Because think about where they are right now. I understand, Bo. You're right, man. I think they are not quite there yet. But if you look at where they are now versus last year, plus if you take into consideration that they have 9 picks next year or this coming draft and 11 picks after that, I mean, I'm saying that's scary when you consider the type of team that they could put together over the next 2 years.
They are ahead of schedule. That's the way I would put it. Is they're ahead of schedule. Like you thought they were going to be better than they were last year.
Let's face it. They've got a strength of schedule. Look who they've played.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. They have beaten the Bills, early in the season.
Sure.
And that's it.
But if they beat, I really think the Bills game in New England that's coming up here pretty soon.
You can say that they beat the Buccaneers, but the Buccaneers are on like a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, well, that's because most of their teams hurt. Like that being said, that game was actually probably the better game of the weekend.
The Bills Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great game. Like it was electric. It was just back and forth the whole way. But
I just look from a guy who hates the Patriots. Nobody hates the Patriots more than me. Maybe the Eagles are right there with the Patriots, but I hate the Patriots.
You're out of your mind. We lost in the Super Bowl to them. Like Calm down.
No, that's not true. I don't give a damn about this. But I got Frankie in my ear 24/7. Trust me, the hatred is truly real. But that's besides the point. You know, I really feel like if they beat Buffalo in New England, that means 2 wins on the season against Buffalo. You got to give them a little bit of credit, you know, in terms of legitimacy of where they are.
No, so this is why I say they're just ahead of schedule. I think their schedule is incredibly soft, right? But you know, again, like I said, you got to beat who's on it.
Oh yeah.
That being said, this is even with how weak that schedule is. I didn't have them playing as well as they are, right? So that's why I say they are ahead of schedule as far as this team starting to gel. They do have a lot of picks coming up.
And cap space, bro. They got cap space too.
Oh, for sure. They're gonna be a good team.
I thought the Patriots were good enough. I thought the Patriots were good enough to make the playoffs this year because I thought Vrabel was obviously going to be a much better coach than Gerard Mayo because Vrabel's proven to be a better coach. I did not think they'd be 9-2 right now. I thought they'd be like a 10-win team this year and kind of get into that 6 or 7 seed range. But now you're looking at them being a 13-14 win team maybe.
Yeah. Well, let's see the rest of their schedule. They got Sister Mary of the blind Bengals.
Yep.
Sister Mary of the poor Giants. Then the bye week.
So they could be 11-2 going into that bye week.
Yeah,
they could be. I think that they lose to the Giants, actually. The Giants, for some reason or another, they seem to beat the Patriots. Then you got the Bills at home, and then the Ravens on the road. If they lose to the Giants, that's 3 games in a row that they're going to lose. I think, because I don't think that they beat the Bills. I think the Bills smack them in New England.
Could be.
Because it's so then you got the Jets at New York, which that's Sister Mary of the blind or
they're
poor,
going to beat the Jets.
You're destitute. And then the Dolphins, you know, at home. I mean, they're already going to be playing golf.
12-13 wins at that point, depending on what happens.
Yeah, I mean, that looks like they're probably a 13-win team.
Yeah.
You know what that looks to me? First round exit.
Yeah. Oh, nobody's saying they're going to go on a run.
No, what I'm trying to tell you is over the next 2 years, with that coaching staff and that offensive coordinator, and that ownership, the money and the picks over the next 2, you got to admit they've already done good with the draft that they did last season and the money. It's only going to get better with even more picks. And there's no way you can deny that.
Going away. That offensive coordinator, let me tell you, the offensive coordinator for the Patriots is going to disappear. All of a sudden, he's going to be like, oh, that they're going to get a coach. He's going to be a head coach. Huh?
Josh McDaniels, you think he's going to leave?
Yeah, I think they don't wind up
this
getting a coach.
offseason.
No, I don't think Josh McDaniels.
I don't think he leaves.
I think McDaniels has come to the realization that he sucks as a head coach.
I don't think that's true at all. I just don't think he's going to get the opportunity this year.
I think he's going to wind up getting a college coaching job.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's entirely possible. Yeah. I guess there are a lot of vacancies there, but one coach that's not going
well in college.
Yeah, one coach that's not going away is McDaniel. They already said that their plan is to have Tua and McDaniel back together for next year.
Funny thing
per Ian Rappaport.
Because they've won 3 of their last 4 games all of a sudden after, everyone was talking about getting him fired, and then they fire the GM, and since they fired the GM, the Dolphins are 3-1, so
smoke screens and mirrors, they're idiots. Smoke screens and mirrors, get rid of them dudes.
LaFleur sounds like that seat is continuing to get hotter and hotter.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So that'll be interesting to watch. Obviously, they don't have to fire him. They just be like, hey, we're not extending this thing.
Yeah.
But,
wow.
I think that's ultimately why McDaniels isn't getting fired either, just because it's the final year of his contract next year, so they're just probably going to let him play it out. Or if they fire him mid-season next year, then it is what it is.
Yeah. The one coaching situation that is kind of curious moving forward is the Giants, and only because Kafka was up for head coaching jobs this last season anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And he was actually really close to getting that Saints job.
Yeah, he was.
So I'm curious if he ends up being, instead of just being the interim head coach for the Giants, if they just hire him to be the guy.
He's got a 7-week audition.
He does.
Nope. I think that does not happen. Reason being it doesn't happen is because the Giants have kind of given up on the season. Yeah, when you watch their play, you can see just how they play. They don't play.
I mean, they were trying.
I feel like they give up in the middle of plays.
I mean, they're a bad team, so they don't look good. But I mean, you could see effort.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, they may not. It's just interesting because Kafka did have multiple interviews at the head coaching job, across the league. The one that he was the closest to was the Saints. He just sounded like he more or less turned that one down because of, well, what we're seeing out of that team.
He's basically got a 7-week audition to either stay with the Giants or to go somewhere else if another coaching job opens up before next year.
Well, I mean, the thing is if he's not the head coach moving forward, he's not on that staff because whoever takes over head coach obviously wants to bring his own staff. Exactly. So he's either going to be the guy or not on the team. Like it's going to be one of the two.
Yep.
Did they say what type of was it a knee injury for Penix? Did Penix get a knee injury? I know he got hurt in that Carolina game. I
didn't see what the injury was.
I didn't see it either.
Because I think he's going to be done for a little while.
Yeah, I didn't watch that game yet.
I know Calvin really messed up his fibula or broke his fibula. I believe it was against the Eagles game. I mean, the Texans game.
Oh, okay.
So I know he's definitely done. A lot of injuries this year, Bo. A lot of injuries this year.
Yeah, yeah. Now today is always my day that I go back and I watch the other games. Tough to watch them all on Sunday.
Yeah, it is. It is tough.
So today is the day that I go back and watch, and that's where I get a lot of my videos for stuff is over the course of today. But and then saw even less of them because I was covering the watch party for our arena football team.
So, okay.
Because they had a Seahawks watch party that was benefiting the Washington Wolfpack. And so I was at their event. So then, at that sports bar was, that was the only game on, right? They didn't have any TVs for any of the rest of the stuff. So all of the afternoon slate, I didn't see anything but the Hawks game. So that'll be today.
Did you have y'all been watching any of the Cup, the NBA Cup at all since it started? I tell you, man, I'm loving having Kevin Durant as a Rocket. He don't have to be a leader, but man, he's been putting up points. I think he had almost 30 points last night. He's been averaging close to 30 since he's joined the Rockets. I mean,
that's what you can expect from Durant because that's all he does. He's the walking bucket.
Hey, that's not all we need. We don't need a leader. Just give me the damn points.
Donna, I will keep you posted. I'm sure they sell their gear on their website, so I will keep you posted.
Penix,
it doesn't have to look up their site though.
It doesn't look like Penix tore anything, but he is going to miss time.
Okay.
He's got 2 blown out ACLs from college, 1 in each knee. So anything that goes wrong with that knee is going to keep him out for multiple weeks.
I would blame Stat Guy too. It's definitely his fault.
It's definitely my fault that Minnesota. It's definitely my fault that Minnesota takes the lead with 50 seconds left, and they allow a 60-yard kickoff return to put the guy in field goal position. Yeah, that's my fault.
In fact, it's so much of Stat Guy's fault that the Lions also lost.
Yeah, right?
Because he low-key votes for them too, and everyone that he likes has to take an L.
Right.
By the way, Joe, when you say you hate Stat Guy because of the parlay, you're really hating Google. Let's just be honest. You're hating Google.
I
don't do parlays. for that reason.
I mean, there's a reason his name never has stat guy in the name anymore anyway. It's always just a random thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start calling you Gigi for Google guy. I'm gonna start calling you Gigi. That's gonna be your new nickname, Gigi. So tomorrow I want to see State Bound and then Gigi in parentheses.
No.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's just the random names. No love for stat guy. At least Joe's not blaming you.
I don't want to blame anybody. Blame our useless quarterback that we're stuck with for another 4 freaking years.
Hey,
Are we not sold on JJ McCarthy anymore? Is he gone by the wayside? I told y'all JJ wasn't the people.
The
And
guy's
I've been persecuted on that. By the way,
I understand that he's a rookie,
Yeah,
and you have to be patient with him as a rookie.
yeah.
But the guy
not in
started.
this league.
The guy started 7 games.
Not in this league. This league isn't patient at all anymore.
Yeah, the guy started.
No.
The guy started. What are we? Vikings are 4 6, 10 games. He started 5 of their 10 games. Carson Wentz has started the other 5. In the 5 games that he's started, he's had a 52% completion percentage or worse in all 5 games.
So
He's only had one
No.
game where he's thrown over 200 yards. Everything else has been 150 yards or less. You cannot win in the NFL throwing for 150 yards or less. You just can't.
but I thought you had the QB whisperer, voodoo magic, got the rocket scientist.
If you are
Where's all this
if you're looking
blah
at
blah blah that we had earlier?
Oh, Bo, don't even get me started on it because I got
Kevin
crucified for
O'Connell-
saying JJ
Kevin
wasn't the
O'Connell
guy.
Kevin O'Connell is a quarterback whisperer, and he's already kind of said like a lot of the issues that McCarthy has is footwork. A lot of the issues that McCarthy has is he's waiting too long to look into his reads. He's looking at that first read, and he's sticking with that first read too long before he looks to his second and third option. And by that time, the play's already over, and you pretty much have to figure out what you're going to do with it, and he's always late. The thing with McCarthy right now, and O'Connell can't really fix this, is when McCarthy misses, he's not even close. Like there was 5 or 6 incompletions yesterday where he overthrew his guys by 10 to 15 yards. It's like you're not missing, you are just completely airmailing everything you throw.
The best part about that is you were describing one of my favorite John Madden quotes is he's back there waiting for the play to develop and boom, he got developed.
From Adam Schefter, Michael Penix has suffered a season-ending knee injury.
I knew it was something.
Second opinion.
Dustin's the flip-flopper.
No, I never wanted McCarthy, and you guys know this last year. Like the guy that I wanted the Vikings to draft last year was
No. Hold on, Stag. I don't know this because I said that JJ wasn't the guy last year, and y'all crucified me on this show.
So, to be fair, we all said that JJ wasn't the guy because
we
watched him in a system that he wasn't required to do anything.
Yep.
And even Dustin acknowledged the fact that he was never asked to do anything.
And
So I will give him that. Michael
Penix fit the Vikings system the best because of when you had Rome Odunze, you had Jalen McMillan in Washington, 2 guys that stretch the field where you just let Michael Penix chuck it. Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, the same thing. You have 2 receivers that can stretch the field. You let Michael Penix sit back there and chuck it. That's why I thought Penix would be the best fit for that Minnesota offense when you looked at those rookie quarterbacks. But when they got McCarthy, I'm like, I will give McCarthy a chance to work with O'Connell because I've seen what O'Connell's done with Josh Dobbs, and I've seen what he's done with a lot of these quarterbacks that were considered busts for a long time. And then they got to Minnesota, and like O'Connell at least turned them into relatively serviceable quarterbacks like Josh Dobbs and Nick Mullins, like guys that prove they can play a little bit. But McCarthy just looks so unbelievably lost. It's not even funny. Like I can understand missing your wide receivers here and there, maybe by like a couple feet to the outside or like a couple feet short. When you're missing your receivers by 10 to 15 yards on every single pass you are throwing, that's a problem. Like you have no touch, you have no feel for where your receivers are going to be.
I mean, we watched Jalen Hurts miss some guys that way too. Like guys do it. It happens. You just need McCarthy to have some more time. And fortunately for you, you're going to let him have it because he's your guy.
They got close. They got close to taking him out yesterday. Max Brosmer was warming up in the 4th quarter until McCarthy had that touchdown drive to put the Vikings on top. But Max Brosmer was warming up yesterday.
It's not great. It's not great. There's it's not an upgrade. We'll put it that way. The free agency guys that are out there are not an upgrade.
Unless they try to get Daniel Jones back before the Colts can bring him back. That's their upgrade.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
I don't either. But that's their upgrade.
I mean, there's going to be the Kaepernick mantra. Here we go.
So before we get off here, Bo.
And yes, Philly's taking a nap.
Before we get off here, Bo, we'll switch to baseball for a second. What are your thoughts on Naylor probably re-signing a 5-year deal with Seattle?
So it is signed.
It is signed.
Yeah, it is signed. So he is back. So that's cool. We're finally seeing the Mariners try and do something, and it's weird. As a lifelong Mariners fan that watched them do nothing forever, every time they sign somebody, you're like, which team? So we'll see if we get some of the rest of these guys signed. But that was a significant signing, especially for a position that has had some issues over the last couple of years. Like, we've struggled to have a first baseman. So nice to have that kind of locked up.
What was the value of it? Do you know?
So I don't know offhand. I was looking at it earlier this morning, but I don't have it in my notes at the moment. Okay. But
I wasn't sure if it was like 5 at 125 or like 5 at 130.
Yeah, I didn't figure we were really going to talk baseball since we had all the football games yesterday. So I didn't prep a lot of baseball for today.
No, that's fine. 'Cause that's really the only baseball related news that happened over the last.
No, I mean there's a lot of speculation for players. So I mean there is stuff like that, especially for Toronto potentially losing some people. So
yeah.
Because Toronto, similar to the Mariners historically, they don't overpay for people, right? So they're going to lose some of their key guys. In fact, sounds like one of their bench. It sounds like Mattingly might go to Phillies. So we'll see what that potentially could be as far as a coach. So that being said, that does get us to the top of the hour. I'm sure we will cover more baseball tomorrow. Other than that, have a good day, everybody. Enjoy Monday Night Football.
Peace. And nope, I wasn't sleeping.
Only a little.
Prove it. Got it.